Welcome to another edition of My Opinion here on My Opinion TV. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and click the notification bell so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. On My Opinion TV, we discuss news, sports, and general activities happening in and around the world, especially in Jamaica. Well, this morning I want to talk about a gun battle between police and cow thieves in St.Ann, and 4 men is now wanted, and the police have held on to 2 persons following that incident. In that incident happened in Ramble in the parish of St.Ann, the police team reportedly intercepted a pro box motor car. They signaled the driver to stop. He refused. He sped off but crashed into section of the service vehicle in an attempt to escape. The armed men then aboard the vehicle and opened gunfire at the police. The police returned the fire. The pro box was then driven off again, and then later the police found it abandoned in section of the road. When the police searched the vehicle, 2 cars were found inside. The vehicle was seized and the owner of the cars identified. And the detectives continued to do their investigation when they were called to the hospital, where a man turned up with gunshot wounds to the leg. He was held, and then another woman was held, and the police have held on to them pending an identification parade and further police investigation. As usual, when these incidents take place, the police, the Indicom and the Inspectorate Division of the Police Force will do their investigation. The police are also asking the assistance of the public to locate Terence Harlan of Windsor District in St. Anne's Bay, a man known only as Ranil and Country of Parrytown in St. Ann, and a man known as Jermaine of a Kingston address. A man also known as Tallman of Windsor District in St. Anne's Bay. But for years, the Jamaican farmers have suffered at the hands of predator larceny, and a lot of farmers have given up. Tilling the soil and growing their animals because of these thieves, and they have left havoc on a lot of these farmers. And you can understand why Jamaica import bill is so high, because we got to be importing stuff from overseas, because a lot of farmers gets discouraged and decide to avoid farming. But what is new in this occasion is that a lot of time these predator larceny thieves are just normal, go to a farm, steal what they're stealing and disappear. But we can see they're getting themselves harmed and dangerous, and it's really about the first time we have heard that they have engaged the police in a shootout. What a lot of persons might not be aware of is that there's a predator larceny group within the Jamaica Constabulary Force solely designed to attack these surges of predator larceny. But I think it's a small group within the Constabulary Force, and of course it might needs a little bit more reinforcement to go after this. This is it's not highly exposed as it relates to how the predator larceny has affected Jamaica on a whole and the farmers. So it's much smaller than the actual murder and all those stuff that is highlighted more. However, this predator larceny does serious damage to the economical conditions in Jamaica and for persons' lives and livelihood. Now, when you look at this situation, is that it's hard for you as a farmer to work hard and till your soil, wait for your crop to reach certain stage, and then it is then reaped by unscrupulous persons who does absolutely nothing in the growth and development of the farm. But as soon as the farm reach a fruitful stage, they then show up and try to reap these goods. And sometimes most of these thieves are from the urban areas. Sometimes not they're from rural areas, but the urban areas of that parish, right? So, like for instance, in St. Ann, they go all the way in Ramble, the remote areas. But when you do your check. You'll find out they're from like Ocho Rios, those highly populated areas. So, I mean, we hope the police will get through to these criminals as soon as possible. I hope the civilians will help the police in trying to locate these 4 persons of interest. And believe it or not, you know, we can put an end to these pretty larceny, and that Jamaica food bill of import bill will be lessened based on the fact that more persons are involved in farming. And sometimes it is so bad because when these guys steal the produce, they go to the market and they sell it to the vendors for little and nothing because they don't know the price, and the price is drastically reduced to get rid of the goods. And you know, some of these people are to, the problem is also, part of the problem is that if these guys were not having a market for these sale, this would also be reduced. But when they steal the stuff, they have a market, they can go and sell it to persons at a drastically reduced price. And some of us persons consistently purchase from these type of person. Also, apart from that, another situation of pretty last. The woman now is now in custody in Morant Bay. This is an incident that took place in Morant Bay in St. Thomas, where police thwarted the efforts of another group of goat thieves during a vehicular check operation in St. Police team searched the motor car and found 3 goats inside. Listen now, this is key. The woman, who is of a Waterford, Portmore, St. Catherine address, was arrested and remained in police custody as a search for other suspect continues. So as I was saying earlier in the incident in St.Ann, these persons are from the urban areas, and they go to the rural areas and terrorize these farmers, reap their produce, steal their animals, and then come to Kingston or in the urban areas and sell severely punished. This act of stealing from farmers must stop, and we hope the Commissioner of Police and the government will add more resources to the Pretty Larceny unit within the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and that some of these acts will come to an end, and we'll see a reduction in the amount of pretty larceny activities that is taking place. But the police ought to be careful too, because as we see what happened in St.Ann, they are not only going to animals, while stopping them, they have to be careful. But you can let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe, and click the notification bell so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. Until next time, take care, be good, be safe, and always remember, look out for a neighbor.